Okay, we're good? All right, well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first day of summer, a week later, almost 4th of July, a lot of info social. We appreciate everybody's flexibility, both those who are in store and at home that worked with us to delay this to this Friday, but we're glad we have so many people here, and this is a wonderful turnout. So much information to cover. June has been absolutely busy and chaotic. We had a OESD event. We'll review that in more detail here in a little bit. Ann and Rick were on a Genome trip. I was out with surgery, but we're all back at it, and we're ready to step into summer and share everything that's coming up with you guys. So for those joining us from home, our keyword today is summer, because we are in the summer frame of mind. It's finally warm outside after the heat wave this week, and we're no longer shivering and cold, and we're ready to embrace all that summer has. So type in the word summer if you are at home. If you are in store, you should have received a ticket. Anybody that did not? Oh, we got one more ticket to give. Okay, here.
I didn't know if she got it.
There we go. Anybody else? All right. So we're going to start with some Genome specials. They have a lot going on. They're doing Genome employee pricing, which they've lowered select models of machines where we can offer employee pricing to you, our valued customers. That goes through June 30th, so it is only 3 more days on some select models of machines. And then starting July 1st is the Genome Christmas in July event. And there's a lot of great deals. And I have flyers on each of those that you guys can take a look at, come and talk to us. But we have the Christmas in July. And then there's financing for the 4th of July from Genome. And that will be, I have the dates wrong on the slide. No, I do have it correct. It's June 27th through July the 9th. So that starts today, where we have some 0% opportunities for the 4th of July financing event. And then Genome also has, if that wasn't enough, they have a Christmas in July giveaway that's going on right now. And this is available to be scanned in store. So if you're joining us from home, come in. We'll pass this flyer around the room, or afterwards you can scan this little QR code and enter for a chance to win. They're doing either a TM50 or a TM200 for free to a couple lucky winners, and it is a nationwide giveaway. However, past giveaways, we've had couple different winners who have entered from our store for machine giveaways from Genome. So it's definitely worth it, especially if you're looking for that nice travel mate when you're coming into class and you don't want to lug the big heavy machines. And so it's definitely worth scanning that QR code. And then Brother, we're looking forward to so much fun with Brother for summer. We have special financing from the 5th through the 15th on your Brother machine. And we also have special PR financing through July, the entire month, on the multi-needles. For the non-multi-needle, non-PR series, we do have one Avenir left at event special pricing from that OESD event. It's a screaming discount. So if you've thought about the Avenir, come and see us. There's that one left. But we do have the financing on all of the various Brother machines. We also have one 6-needle and one 1-needle in the PR in stock. As everybody knows, the bad news is machine pricings will be going up based on everything else in our economy that's going up due to tariffs. So everything that's in stock, we've got either the sale prices or what we have in stock. We can offer that pricing. We're anticipating that things are going to be going up from what we're hearing from the vendors. So hop on it.
I just tried to scan that code, but I think since it's not the 1st of July.
Oh, it's not going to let us.
Right.
That's right. That's right. So
we can
come back on the 1st and then we'll be able to scan it. Yep, come back on the 1st. Okay.
Sorry about
Yeah, I'm sorry about that too. But yeah, let's whatever's in stock, let's get it before we're all afflicted by the higher increases. Okay, classes and events. Buckle your seatbelts. There's a lot to cover. And we are busy, busy, busy coming up. So for the month of July, we have the Allegheny Mountain Shop Hop. That's the shop hop that we are all familiar with, where we have the 8 shops and we have the passport card. So that is kicking off here on Tuesday. We still have plenty of passports available. $3. Stop and see us. Get your passport. And then for the month of July and August, simultaneously, is the All Mid-Atlantic Shop Hop. And it's huge. It goes down to Virginia and West Virginia, and it covers quite a big geographical area. But what's nice is there's little mini subregions, and our little mini subregion is the Northwest region, and it's just basically Western Pennsylvania, just south of Pittsburgh and kind of towards just looking Myersdale, past Indiana and Brookville and Warren. It's just so the total number of stores, it would take me a few minutes to count, but our Western PA, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. There's 12 stores. And what's really cool is with the Allegheny Mountain Shop Hop, 5 of the 8 stores are also doing the All Mid-Atlantic. So 5 of those make up the 12. So then it's the 7 additional. So if you're going to do one, I would highly encourage you to do both. I would also, even if you're not going to hop and say, oh, that's too far, I don't have the time or whatever, pick up one of their magazines, because this is a really, really nice magazine full of patterns. And I think this is a great thing to keep in your car if you happen to be on a road trip somewhere and say, oh, what kind of shop is where I'm at? It's an awesome directory. So I think even beyond the hopping, it's worth getting one of these magazines. They're $12.95, and we've got a bunch out here yet. So we'll pass that around, and I'll pass around the flyer for the Allegheny Mountain. So again, Allegheny Mountain is just July. All Mid-Atlantic is July and August. And then we have a Christmas sampler quilt that Darlene is going to work with. Thank you. So what she did is she took this book by Lori Holt, Vintage Christmas, and it's a collection of all pieced Christmas blocks. And she went through, she chose 3 blocks to start the first row, which is pictured here on the slide, and she brought it with her this morning. So we have a Christmas present, a Santa hat, and a wreath. So that will be the first class that starts next Tuesday, July 1st. And then the participants, together with Darlene, will select the other 3 rows, remaining 3 rows of blocks. So 9 more blocks for 12 block layout, correct? 3x4 pattern or grid. So you guys can work together on picking out which blocks you want to do from the Vintage Christmas book. And you're going to do it the first Tuesday, July, August, September, and October. And pick your Christmas fabrics, and it's fat quarter friendly. I think it's 12 fat quarters and some sashing and background, and should be a really fun. So I'm going to hand that back to Darlene, and then we'll start the book with Penny if anybody wants to flip through the book. And the class fee includes a copy of that book for you to have. So that's exciting. We'll get you signed up for that.
What's the class fee?
It is $115, and
I bought the book a couple weeks
we
ago.
can take that cost off of the class if you already because there were a handful of people who purchased that book, and we'll take that off of that total fee. Come on in. Yep, there's a chart right here, Barb. Come on in. She's trying to sneak in and not draw attention to herself. So 4th of July, I absolutely love this picture. That was last year on the 4th. The neighbors to the store we're setting off fireworks here, and took that photo. That was just on your cell phone, right? But we've got the fireworks over the store, so it was appropriate to show everybody that fun picture. But we will be closed next Friday in observance of the 4th. So make you aware of that. And then that takes us into our next week, which is Cherry Fest week here in Northeast locally, and it's kids camp. So it's July 7th through 11th. And we are really excited to welcome Violet, Anne's granddaughter. Violet has planned out the projects, and she will be traveling in and spending the week with us and leading kids camp. And that'll be from 10 a.m. until noon for ages 5 and up. And we do still have a few spots left, but it's filling up pretty quickly. It's almost full. But if you have a grandchild or somebody that you know that would want to do that and spend that week with Violet each day sewing and learning and making, and I love the chicken nugget pillows. I thought that was so cool. But we were so excited to have Violet here. And then Violet is also going to do some one-on-one lessons in the afternoon for any of the older kids who may have done the camps several years, and even some adults. So she's a recent graduate of Parsons and has just a wealth of knowledge that you can learn from her. So reach out to Anne if you want to schedule that one-on-one time for yourself, or an older child and younger kids can do the camp, and that should be a really, really fun week. So we're looking forward to having Violet home that week. And then again, Northeast Cherry Festival is that same week. The festival itself is the 9th through the 12th here locally, which impacts us on Saturday, July 12th because of the parade and difficulty getting in and out of our parking lot. So we will be closing the store at noon Saturday, July 12th, just due to the parade. I wanted to make you aware of that change in hours, that modification for that one day. July Sewing Club. So what else is fun beyond everything with the 4th and the patriotic for July is Christmas in July. So we have a Christmas in July 10-minute runner that we will be doing for Sewing Club, and that will be on July 16th. It's just a fast, fun project, and it's great if you have to do a hostess gift or just a last-minute Christmas gift or birthday gift, and it's a fun, quick project. So we will learn how to do that for Sewing Club. Friday the 18th is Open Sew. If you're interested in coming in and working on a project and having us help you with that. And then the next week on the 23rd of July, also sticking with our Christmas in July theme, is a brand new project from OESD. It's a towel embroidery with a little snow globe and a poinsettia. It's a fun, quick project, but this is a great way. A lot of customers come in asking, how do I do embroidery on towels? Just what are the special stabilizer needs? So we are looking forward to doing that and just getting into that technique on. We'll have kits for that, yes. So we'll start that. Okay, so again, getting back to the All Mid-Atlantic Shop Hop, they have in the magazine listed Shop Hop Sunday hours, and they have asked stores to participate in a couple special Sundays because there is a lot of shops to hit and weekends when people aren't working and stores are closed. So they reached out and wanted to see if we would be willing to participate in that. So Sunday, July 27th, we will be open from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. So that's a special one-off when we will be here on a Sunday afternoon to serve you guys. And we're back to Darlene's Christmas sampler quilt. We're into the beginning of August, the first Tuesday of August. So that'll be her second class for that sampler project. And then Open Sew on Friday, the 22nd of August. And then at the end of August, on the 24th, we will have our second Shop Hop Sunday hours, where we will be here again on a Sunday from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. And then we're going to combine Sewing and Embroidery Club on August 27th and This is another OESD project, and it is a mason jar with vinyl, and we're going to do that on some toweling and work on finishing off your cut of the toweling that we have and making that little applique. So that'll be a combined sewing and embroidery. And we will get everything listed on the marker board and on the website as well for all of these dates. And we're into September. Just like that, summer flew by. So we're into the beginning of September. Darlene has the third of the 4 classes for the Christmas quote. And again, this is with the goal of getting these done and finished prior to the holidays. And then we get into the one-stop shop hop. So the Allegheny Mountain shop hop brochure that we passed around with the green, those 8 shops are coming together in one place. We will be in Chautauqua at the Suites, and here's the postcard for that. So that's 215 Westlake Road in Mayville, and that's going to be on Thursday and Friday, and Saturday. So 10 to 4 Thursday, Friday, Saturday 10 to 2. So come out and see us and see all the other shops, more prizes to win, and a lot of fun just seeing what everybody puts together for that. So we'll pass that around. And we have more of these postcards out front, so you can grab one before you leave today so that you can get that on your calendar. And then Tuesday, September 9th, we are really excited. Kim from Australia with the Sewing Revolution will be doing a United States tour through September for Janome, and she is coming right here to this classroom. And we will be doing a runner class with Kim. So I'm sure many of us have done classes and worked with Kim in the past, and we're really excited to welcome her back to the States and have her here. So that'll be Tuesday, September 9th. And then Friday, September 12th, we'll be right back here doing the exact same thing we are this morning and back on a regular routine of our socials with all of the shop hops and everything that we just went through. We said we need to wait until September and get back into the socials after this morning. So mark your calendar, Friday, September 12th. That is the second Friday of September, but we just talked about the one-stop shop hop up in Chautauqua. So we can't be there and here at the same time. So we pushed the social to that second Friday. And then we have a Kimberbell event coming up in September. So mark your calendars for that. It's Hello Pumpkin, and that'll be Friday, September 19th. And we'll look at that a little closer when we get into the Kimberbell part of our presentation this morning. Yeah, we'll show them in a minute. So OESD updates. There's a lot of info here too. There were several of us here this morning that were here for the OESD event. We had Heather here with OESD. It was so much fun in the beginning of June. And we have a couple of pictures. We had the classroom full of machines and people and OESD products. And Heather just did a fantastic job leading us through those projects and then leading us through the embroidery hoop camp where we learned about different stabilizers and the whens and whys and hows behind that. And the other thing that came out of having that event was we are now doing Designs on Demand through OESD. It's a really fun program that they have. We're loving it. And the way Designs on Demand work is if there's a project that you want, we can run it through the computer, and I've got some cards, and we'll kind of take a look here at the computer and show you how it works. But any design, it can be an old design, it can be a new design from OESD that you would like to purchase, bring in your thumb drive, or we have some thumb drives here. You purchase the design from us, and we put it on the thumb drive, and when you walk out the door, you have that design ready on your thumb drive. Because a lot of people with these companies going with so many digitals aren't comfortable downloading the digitals, so that we take that piece of the equation out of it for you, and it does go into your OESD account. You can re-download it later, but at least when you're walking out the doors, you have the design on that USB ready to stitch.
So I'm confused. Is
Yep.
this old OESD patterns that you might have That.
It's for purchasing. So there's old patterns that they still have available for sale that you can buy. But if you already have it, then no, we can't
Okay,
pull it.
that's-
Do you do that for the Kimberbell too?
We can help you with the Kimberbell. Yep, it'll be a little bit different, but
This, we literally purchase it, it's a whole system.
it's a whole system. Yep. So we have, and I have the laptop set up here, and I'll just pull this over a little bit closer. But literally, we have a system here on the computer where we go in and we can search if we want to search patriotic designs, if we want to search Christmas, flowers, pumpkins, whatever it is, we can search and help you find the designs. Or if you want to go online to OESD's website and look through, I mean, their catalog is huge, it's vast, and find design numbers and then come in, then we can, and it'll load it to your online account as well as on that thumb drive for you. And here's just a view of their website so we can see where we can search in that upper right search bar. And they have long arm quoting designs, they have the embroidery designs. And then we're going to be getting each month, and we'll have these on display for the new monthly releases of what those designs look like that you can see. We also have a catalog around that you can always flip through too. This is what they call the yearbook, but there's just a ton of designs listed. So you just write down your design number or grab one of these cards and we'll get you through that process. So we're really, really excited about that. And then our next slide, we have the new releases from OESD for the month of July. Oh, wait, I got ahead of myself. The other thing that we can do through OESD, and you're good to go to the next slide, Ian, is Spree Stitchers Club, which is a whole different thing than the Designs on Demand that we just talked about. But Spree gives you every new release of the month, every month for a year. So you pay a one-time fee, and all year long you get all of their releases each and every month. And there's also bonus collections or exclusive collections that you cannot purchase as a one-off. It's only available to the Spree Club members each month. So that is something really neat. If you're interested in that, reach out to us and we'll get you signed up for Spree. Or again, you can do the single item. So the next slide then is a view of all the new releases that they have for July. And if you want to go to the next one, it's a little bit bigger slide of the same designs. So there's some freestanding gingerbread houses, there's a quilt, freestanding clock, there's flowers, Jim Shore. I personally love Jim Shore's artwork, and there's a bunch of embroidery designs, the Jim Shore's, quilting. That poinsettia looks familiar on the red tea towel, so we'll be doing that. That's one of the new July releases, and some other flowers, and then a large design that's good vibes only. So the two exclusives are the Charming Floral Borders and the Jumbo Good Vibes Only. That's only available to the Spree Club members. Any of the other designs can be purchased individually through the Designs on Demand. Any questions on all of that? Okay. Well, then we will move into Hoop Sisters and look at our Hoop Sisters updates. They've been busy with their releases over there at Hoop Sisters. We're excited about everything that we're seeing that's new and up and coming from them. So you guys have seen this before. This is Poppies and Petals. And this was a dealer exclusive design from Hoop Sisters. It's an in the hoop wall hanging. And we've had this for about a year now. And now they are releasing it through general purchase to the public, where it's available directly from Hoop Sisters, and it's no longer a dealer exclusive. But to that end, if you log in and watch things on their Facebook group or on their YouTube channel, they've been focusing this week on doing this Poppies and Petals design. So we do still have that here and available for you. And if you want to work on that along with their videos that they have out this week, it's a great opportunity to go back and get that. And then they have a bonus design with a butterfly. So we'll pass that around. And then a new design that we have ordered and we're waiting to get is the sampler. It's a shop exclusive. So that is one that you cannot get directly from Hoop Sisters. Can you see, Kareen? Okay. And it's a sampler quilt with all kinds of different floral blocks. There's quilting, and they have a couple different layouts where you can do a regular straight block with sashing, similar to how Darlene's Christmas sampler is going to be laid out. They also have a version where you can put it on point, and that looks really, really neat. And we're really excited to get that in and start getting the samples made up and show you. But that's a really cool new one from Hoop Sisters. And their quoting in the background is just exquisite. And that's, so we're looking forward to that. So Kimberbell, we've talked about the DDE. They have their mystery quote. We are about halfway through. We're getting into July now, but we do still have the availability to get you the files from January through current and get you caught up in the embellishment kits that go with that. So it's not too late if you want to make the Wallflower DDE. And then new releases from Kimberbell, we have the Star Spangled Beauty ladder quote, and that one's really pretty. And it's, you know, goes with the patriotic 4th of July theme. And I've seen some things on Kimberbell's Facebook group. People are using just a few blocks and making mini wall hangings. I saw somebody make a pillow out of one of the blocks. So there's just a lot of really fun things. So we'll pass the Star Spangled Beauty around. And then they also have their Kimberbell Classic Volume 1 Star Spangled Celebration that is available. And again, getting back to Bonnie's question earlier when she asked about Kimberbell, they are moving to, instead of getting a CD, you get a digital code that's in this jacket and it gets added to your Kimberbell account. And if you need help downloading that and navigating how to work with that code system, we'll work with you one-on-one. But that is the other new design from Kimberbell. And then they just released these duckbill applique scissors, which are a really nice little size, and they have the duckbill, which makes lifting your fabrics to get close to that tack down line trimmed really easily. So that's a new Kimberbell. Yeah. The question was, which little scissors are we waiting for? We're waiting for somebody. So if there's any scissor designers logged in and joining us this morning, we want mini pinking shears. So that's what we're waiting for, somebody. Yes. We want mini pinking shears. So, and as soon as we can find them or somebody gets them, we'll be the first to get them ordered, because especially with a lot of these Kimberbell and Hoop Sister projects, there's a lot of pinking, and you have the big pinking shears and it's hard to navigate and work through a small space. So, not that we can find. Not that we can find. They need to be invented. So, scissor inventors, listen up. We need mini pinking shears. Kimberbell clearance sale. We had a rack in here at our last social in May that we had some Kimberbell older retired products marked down 30% off. We do still have some of that remaining. So just a reminder that we do still have some of that sale Kimberbell, especially some of the older designs that are hard to find that we might still have on the rack at a discount. So check that out. And then this is back to that Hello Pumpkin event that we're going to do in September on the 19th. So wanted to show what those event files look like. There is a jar wrap with a little pumpkin. And then you can put anything in the jar. It's a great gift for a friend. You could put candies or one of those soup in a jars or cookies in a jar where you put all the dry ingredients and you gift it and put the jar wrap on it. So that is one of the event projects. Next are these 3-dimensional felt acorns, which are great little bowl stuffers or bowl fillers. Is that the word I want? Or it is put on a shelf or a mantle or on your centerpiece. There's also another larger stuffy, that's a good word, that looks like this dark brown one, but it's a much larger size. So that's really a nice fall little, they're adorable.
Are they filled with foam?
They're filled with a fiberfill, like a pillow type of fiberfill.
They're squishy.
They are squishy. That's why stuffy was the perfect word for that. And then they are starting this new idea of stitching directly on a screen. And then it's not new, no, but they're reimagining it. Yes. Reestablishing it. And then there's these little oval hoops. They look like the hand embroidery hoops that you use as the frame for your screen. So there's Hello Pumpkin, and there's some other sayings as well that you'll get on the event files that go with that. And then to that end, on other new Kimberbell product that we have in store, you can get the 2 packs of those hand hoops for frames. And then they have this 5-pack of the screen where there's red, beige, pink, lime, and kind of like a grapefruit type of color. So you could put any design you wanted on one of these. And if you have just a little nook or somewhere and hang it up on a cute little spot and change it out seasonally, you can make up different ones. So that's what we have new from Kimberbell. Any questions on that? And we'll have registration for that event coming out later this summer. So watch your emails for that. Okay. New fabrics. Yes. We told you guys there was a lot to cover. And while I'm taking that breath, I'm going to have a quick drink of water. So for the All Mid-Atlantic Shop Hop, part of that comes with an exclusive fabric line that Benartex made specifically for the Shop Hop. And wherever that magazine is floating around the room, the samples of the different projects in the book and the patterns in the book are made using this exclusive line of Shop Hop fabric. So we do have the line in. We can pre-sell it now. It's available July 1st when the Shop Hop kicks off officially. But those are exclusive Shop Hop fabrics that can only be found at participating shops who have also ordered the fabric. So have you come in and get that? We have Harvest Bouquet by Hoffman. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a fall line, but it's not your traditional fall line. Love the colors. It's kind of some mauve, rosy mauves and sage greens, and it's beautiful. So we have some yardage available in that. And then Muse by Three Sisters for Moda. That one I love as well. And we have fat quarter bundles, layer cakes, and yardage. So I did bring in the fat quarter bundle and the layer cake to show you guys. We've got browns and teals and roses and really light off-whites. And it is beautiful. And I don't know if we want to maybe put that one on the overhead. We'll show the layer cake, or we can see. Good? Okay. So I'll pass the layer cake around, but it's the same fabrics in the fat quarter bundle. Take a look at that. Just love the soft colors in that line. And again, there's yardage as well to go with that. And then there's Home Sweet Haunt for Moda. And we have only 3. That's a picture of the entire fabric collection. But we do have the houndstooth and the pumpkins, and I believe it's the black cats are the 3 that we have. So a lot of people were looking for Halloween fabrics already. So that is in and ready to go. And then we have a quilt kit that we're really excited about. It's Winter Friends by Deb Strain. She's personally one of my favorite fabric designers. I love her stuff. So this is already kitted up, ready to go to make the design that's on the slide, which is also here in my hands. Finishes at 60 by 72. So it's just a great And what I like about it is it's good all winter long. So instead of putting it away at the first of the year, you can leave it out through late February or so. So we'll pass that kit around. And then we're back to fall with Acorn Hollow by Basic Gray. And we have yardage and fat quarter bundles and a pattern for that. And here is that fat quarter bundle. It's a lot of teals, pinks, oranges, browns, just really, really, really pretty colors. And then the pattern is maple leaves. And I'm going to put the pattern under the overhead. And that uses some background yardage and border yardage, and then one of these bundles. And that's all you need to get to make that pattern. And then Concerto by Northcott. We love the colors in that. It's bright, it's happy, it's colorful. So we have 4 of those in stock in yardage. And then next is Wilderness Naturescapes, also by Northcott. And we have yardage, we have a panel, we have a pattern for that. So the panel itself, I have one of those to hold up for you, is a great little, especially if somebody has a hunting camp or they're really outdoorsy with the bear and the deer. And so that is the panel. And then the pattern that we have cuts apart this panel, kind of puts it into a landscape design. And Darlene just got that off of the long arm for us for the sample. We have not got it bound yet. This is hot off the press, but this is what the pattern looks like. So that just turned out absolutely gorgeous. So we do have the pattern available to make this quilt using that panel and some of the yardage. And then our next one is Winter Song by Northcott. I love the cardinals and the birdhouses with that. And we have several different fabrics available in that line. And the panel, brought that in, and I think I'm upside down. Here is that panel, where again, it's just the blocks. And you could cut this apart. You could piece around each block. You could just do it as is. Yesterday, we had somebody purchase the panel and some backing, and she's just going to quilt it and finish it just as it is, which would make a nice little wall hanging. So a lot of new fabrics, plus even some that you can maybe go out and do some I Spy that I didn't put in the slides. So, and we always have new fabrics coming in all the time. So it brings us to the point for our affiliate links. We talk about this every month, but just a reminder, if you do want to go directly to Hoop Sisters or Kimberbell or Sew Steady and OESD, any of these designers, and place an order, if you first visit superstitch.com, which is our store website, and you scroll down on our homepage, you find this big red bar, and then you click on, say it's OESD, their link, it takes you to their website. It looks exactly the same as if you just typed into your search bar oesd.com. The difference is it's routed from our website. So as a local small business, we do get some support from those designers if you make your purchase on their website by following the affiliate link instead of directly visiting their website. So we appreciate every time that you do that just to help support a small business. And then Sweet Pea is out. They got in touch. They are no longer going to do the affiliate program. So that's why that was crossed off. So did you know, with everything that is going on and as busy as we are, if you need some extended sit down time, maybe working with those Kimberbell files, maybe you have questions on your machine that are in depth, call and schedule some time with one of us. That way we can give you our full undivided attention, and it's not at the same time that we have somebody else. And we appreciate that opportunity so that we can really focus on that time with you. So if you need any extended sit down help, we'd love to help you. Call and schedule. Okay, so our demo for this morning is the Janome bi-level foot. Has anybody used that foot? Does anybody know what that foot does? Okay, we've got one person, maybe two, maybe three. Yep, and we're showing the Janome bi-level foot, but Brother also has a bi-level foot as well for our Brother owners. So we have a quick little video that we're going to watch, and then we can talk about that.
Did that come with some of the machines?
It's a and she's showing getting it out of the bubble wrap. And we have a couple of them here too to pass around. So the bi-level foot has two separate, instead of the bottom of your foot being flat, there's two separate levels. So she's showing this piece of denim that she's basically appliquing and stitching on, where you've got a really big difference in height in the materials you're working on. With that denim fabric up higher than that background fabric. So that lower part is going to glide right along the side of the higher fabric. And it's going to be a perfectly parallel line. It just hugs it. It just kind of goes in. And so how many times when we sew on bindings and if you're not doing a serpentine stitch and you want a straight stitch, does it look like a serpentine stitch? Right? Because it kind of gets a little wiggly, and that's because you're working on different heights. You're not perfectly flat and level. Now, if we're piecing 2 pieces of fabric, it's thin enough that, the regular feet are great and fine. But once you get thickness and you're putting that binding, say I'm binding this quilt that we just looked at with the bears and deer on it, and you've got that height difference, then that bi-level foot is going to just allow you to glide along that height difference and keep everything perfectly straight and parallel. And it comes in both a left and a right foot version on the 9mm. And for Janome, just the right version on the 7mm. And then Brother has both a left and a right option as well.
I got a question.
Yes.
So with that foot, you can do all your decorative stitches with that foot.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
full open.
It's a full opening. Some of them you may not be able to. Basically, if it's a foot or an F foot even, you could, I believe, you should be able to use that too.
My question was if you have some decorative
Yeah.
stitches you want to put on instead of a straight stitch.
Yep. So we'll pass both Janome and Brother around. We only have 2 of the 7mm in stock, and we have 1 of the Brothers in stock. Beyond that, we'll need to order them, so we'll just place an order. So if you want them, let us know. But that is a little bit of foot education. We're looking at trying to, we have the spinner rack full of feet, and what do they do? So we're looking to show you those. So let us know if you want to get that ordered and which machine you have so that we can get you the right one.
Is there an advantage to getting the 7 or the 9?
It depends. Okay, so the question was for those joining us from home, is there an advantage to getting the 7mm or the 9mm? Each machine has a different width that the ankle will support. So you would need to get the foot that is compatible with what your model machine is. And we'll help you figure that out. So if you tell us I have machine X, we'll be able to tell you which version, the 7 or the 9, that you would need. And it does not come in the 5mm. So if you have a 5mm machine, we can't. But we can use a 7mm. Yeah. Okay. That was a lot of info. Question.
I have, is there going to be a social in July and August?
The question was, will there be a social in July or August? And the answer is no, there will not.
Okay, that's what I-
So we are,
I thought, I just wanted
September
to.
12th.
yep, September 12th, we're going to get through the shop hops and the one-stop shop in Chautauqua and then come back and do it. But if we have a ton of shop hoppers coming in. It's hard to be in two places at the same time. And so we're going to wait until the shop hop chaos is done and get back into it for fall. So that's why we covered July, August, and that first part of September this morning already. The other thing about the September social that we are really, really, really excited about, hopefully, we don't have details yet, but hopefully we may be, if we can get it locked in, so we're going to do fingers crossed, get a fabric designer who can join us, maybe not in person, but through a like a Zoom type of thing through our StreamYard platform that we use, and bring them in on screen and interact and get some exclusive peak set upcoming fabrics that aren't even available yet, for the reps to show the shops, and some special goodies and fun that goes along with that. So Anne is working to get that lined up, but if, with the fingers crossed caveat, if it all works out, we are really excited to have that designer join us at the September social. Are there any other questions about anything that we covered this morning? Because it was a lot. It was a ton.
You did a good job.
Thanks. Thank you. Well, my notes are the slides. My notes are the. That's why you see me peeking over and looking at the screen. But it's a ton of information. So any questions, and you go home and say, what did she say again? Stop back in, pick up the phone, call and ask, or, go onto Facebook or YouTube and watch the replay, where you can jot down all the dates when you're sitting there with your calendar. Just scroll to the part where we did the classes and whatever the case may be. Okay, are we ready for some show and tell? It's my favorite part of the morning. Is it everybody else's favorite? Maybe, yep. Okay, so for once, I have a show and tell, but I don't have it with me. So my children had the opportunity this week to go away to summer camp, and they are they're in a cabin full of, I don't even know how many girls are packed in this cabin of bunk beds. And as I was packing them up this past weekend, I said, you know what, I should embroider their names on their bath towels, because I worked at a summer camp when I was coming out of high school and first summer after my freshman year of college. And it's like, I know how these towels get thrown everywhere and lost. And I'm like, this will take me 5 minutes. I'll just throw their names on their towels. So I let them choose their font. I let them choose whether they wanted it all capital or lowercase, and their thread color, and taught them how to hoop it up. And it's sort of, that's where it got me thinking about how many people with bath towels or hand towels or have questions on how do I embroider on a towel. And then that led us to that little snow globe idea for the Christmas in July for Embroidery Club. But it was so quick and simple and easy. And then I'm like, this is a nice shower gift. If you're invited to a wedding shower, get a set of towels and put the newlywed's last name on it, or his and hers, or you could do all kinds of fun things. Or in the little finger towels or little hand towels, some cute little snowman for winter or flag for July, or whatever the case may be. So, but because those towels are probably laying in a heap on the floor of a dirty cabin at the moment, we have a picture. So that is my show and tell. And thank you. And we will start over here this morning. Do you have one? Nope. I didn't think you did. I thought so. Everything's packed. Nope. Do you have one, Barb? Sue? Okay, we've got Sue ready to come on up. Okay, she is getting her stuff together, and she had it right outside the door here. Isn't this amazing?
I did not put it together. I had a professional help me.
Wow. So this is one of OESD Designs releases, one that was released in May. I think it was a May release, but it's one of their newer. Let's spin around so that the gals behind you can see. So this is using the freestanding technique from OESD. Every one of her leaves and petals are embroidered, and then it's put together with like a floral tape and dowel rod type of.
I did get online and look for colors because I didn't like the color they were telling me, just plain. But I did variegated on all the flowers. And if they get bent, you just straighten them back out and they look good.
Is there like a floral wire in there to help hold its form?
Yeah.
Let's I don't know. Let's go to the overhead camera. I'm just going to lift this real quick a little bit higher so that it fits under. But I think we need to. Okay.
Water it, I don't have to.
You don't have to clean up drop petals or dead leaves.
Nope.
How does that work, Ann? And as we move that pink and green,
There's one other leaf that I didn't put in there.
there's
another
the
pink one.
orange. I did that. She ordered the design 3 weeks ago. So, I mean, it wasn't very long ago during the OESD event. And we put it on the Designs by Demand. And she took her thumb drive home and got busy.
If you use your big hook, you can get a lot of leaves on it. Big hook.
Yep. So that's one of those benefits to the large hoops.
But you get stuck up on stuff.
That is gorgeous. It's amazing.
Can I just sit it up?
Oh, yeah.
Let me put it somewhere.
Here, let's just set it back behind you. There we go. And that had the wow factor.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel bad for whoever's
I'm
going.
coming for an A+.
Oh,
For a 10.
we'll give you an A++. All right, and then I guess, do we want to just start here and then we'll kind of catch the back row and go around
Want
each
me?
table? Yeah, why don't you come on up, Penny?
Okay, now Ann's gonna have a fit over this one.
Uh-oh,
I-
that got Ann's
This
attention.
was started here a couple years ago. It's called Charmed Adventure.
Oh,
It's Hoop
it
Sisters.
was hoops.
Well, it's
Lisa.
about that size because that's a Hoop Sisters. But I got really tired of doing the blocks, so I cut it. I made a smaller one.
Hey, I think that was a pre-fire.
It might have been a pre-fire one,
I love hearing that wow.
but this is supposed to be that big.
Isn't that amazing? Are we seeing it okay on the overhead?
I didn't finish it. But sorry, Ann. Best I could.
Isn't that cool? And that is Hoop Sisters.
Yeah, and it's all.
That is
What size for your blocks?
These are 9-inch.
9-inch blocks.
I have another one. It was my June show and tell that we didn't have. So I apologize for holding everybody up.
Nope. We like seeing.
But this one is from one of my favorite designers. And it's Laundry Basket Quilts. If any of you
Oh,
heard
yeah.
stuff. And this was her mystery quilt.
Oh,
It's called Colorado.
She said it's from Laundry Basket Quilts mystery quilt called Colorado. That is gorgeous.
I want to take pictures.
Oh, wait, we got more picture takers. You can help hold it up, Lisa. I'm tippy-toeing. I'm vertically challenged.
This is why I don't have very many show and tell projects. I make these big ones.
That is beautiful. Thank you, Penny. I am just wowed month over month when we start looking at everything that everybody, it just amazes me.
Sew and tell.
I love it. We're going to have to do that when we come back in September. The suggestion was instead of having it be a show and tell, it should be a sew and tell. So an SEW and tell. We're going to make that change. I love it. Darlene?
And I very seldom do a lot of handwork, but this has a lot of, it's all done by hand.
Oh, wow.
There's a wool shop in Florida that has now moved to either North or South Carolina. So they're closer to me. And she had this kit and everything was all hand done, hand beading. You know, and I thought, I can do that,
Yes, you can.
but not very often.
Do you want to put that over the overhead since there's so much beautiful detail on that?
Yeah, you gotta figure out how to do that on a machine.
I thought about it and I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And it's beautiful wool shop. And so I was happy to hear she was not closing. She was just moving. So I bought a bunch of stuff because she didn't want to move it. And I said, okay.
Okay,
It can-
beautiful.
I moved it to my house.
That is gorgeous. Do you have one? Nope.
I do,
Karen?
you inspired me the other day.
Oh, I inspire. Oh, how did I inspire you the other day?
Well, I finished the whole bunch.
Woohoo!
This is my fair competition.
There you go.
Huh, Karen?
Penny said this is her fair competition coming up.
There you go. I don't have anything entered this year.
Oh, I am. Oh, good.
Ooh.
Good.
Oh, I think, are we upside down?
Might be.
Oh, wow.
Wow. 'Tis the season to be jolly. And it's all ragged on the edges.
I don't know what.
Can everybody over here see it?
Huh?
Let's turn it just a little bit this way too,
Piano
Karen.
That I bought, and then I put whatever this stuff is called on it. Yeah.
Like chenille. Chenille. Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you get the cutter, the chenille cutter?
No, I sat there with a needle and did it.
Wow. That's a ton of time. Karen, can we turn it a little bit this way so that the gals on the side can see it? That is
really
gorgeous.
neat.
Does that help them? I mean,
It's
It's flannel. Yep. You had me saying felt too, especially looking at the.
That's not right. Here, give it to me. I'll fold it.
Thanks.
I might keep it too.
Here, I'll hold it real. I don't think this one has a top and a bottom. But I
Okay.
did all these bindings after you told me I should come here.
She said that she did all the bindings on these after we told her Wednesday she should come today.
Nice.
Look at that.
2 days.
That is gorgeous. And then the question was the quilting on it. Does she do it herself? She said yes on her long arm. Oh,
There's more?
but wait, there's more.
Now, this is the one I asked about the cookies. Okay, so we'll just do this.
Nuts. And one more. Wow. Yep. I can see why you like the pink and purple. That is gorgeous.
Do you? Wow. Do you like it up here?
Yeah.
Grab this bag. Thank you, Penny. Karen, thank you. Wow. Pardon me? The red backing. That is a metallic print. We actually have some out here in the store. It's a gold metallic dot that's imprinted on the fabric.
I just do that last year.
Do you have one this morning?
long as you haven't entered it before, it's okay.
All right. Oh, look at that. And those are the little twister, but it's a mini.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've only been caught in a year, so.
She's only been quoting a year. Look at that. Let's put that one on the overhead because it's so small. And we'll turn it this way so that it's face up. But it's a dog profile, but it's all using the twister tool. That is beautiful. Okay. And then her quilting is paw prints on it. Which is perfect.
Explain the twister tool.
So, yeah, the question was, can we explain the twister tool? So my explanation for the twister tool is that I have it with a pattern at home and I have not used it yet. So do you want to come up and explain in a little more detail? Because I want to learn how to do it and I haven't yet.
Basically make the quilt twice.
So she said you make the quilt twice. And Lisa said, "Oh, forget that."
Make the quilt blocks, and then you take this. It's acrylic, and it's got a line that's kind of
It's
twisted.
kind of like, yeah, it's a wonky
And you
line.
put the lines on the quilt blocks lines, and then you cut around it, and then you twist it to the right, and you got to keep them in order.
And you end up with like all these little, and they're not quite half square triangles because it's wonky. It kind of gives that little bow tie type of effect almost is a good, but there's
Yeah.
all kinds of
They
different
got big
patterns
ones
and
small ones. You
Yep.
can make bowls like that with it.
yeah, you can make little fabric bowls. You can make the pattern that I have at home. It looks like a Christmas wreath, very similar to the block, but it's just a twisted and you have like your red and green, looks like leaves or like poinsettias almost. Yes, yep, that was Karen.
How did you do the lettering? Was that a pre-printed panel?
So the question,
Panel that I pre-printed.
so the question that came through online was, how did Karen do the lettering on her Jolly quilt that with the Chanel look around the lettering? It was a panel that she cut out and that gave her the letters and
It was like one big panel and I just sewed all that.
yeah, it was one big panel and then she sewed the Chanel on. Betty or Lorraine, are you next? Okay.
All right, this is just a bag. It's one of those Villa Rosa little $2 patterns called Tabitha Jane, and it's reversible. And I added the what is it called? The
The SF 101?
yeah, shape flex, yeah.
Yep.
To it to give it some more body. So,
Oh, that is really nice.
and if you're doing it and you're like think you don't know what you're doing, because there's a video, just look up the name of the pattern and some lady walks you through it step by step so you can like mentally prepare yourself for am I doing this right?
That's a great idea.
So
And looking at the size of that bag, if you're planning to shop,
yeah,
prop,
this is a good shop house
that would
bag.
actually be a really nice bag to
Yeah.
take along to stow all your purchases in. Nice job, Lorraine. Thank you. Betty, do you have one this morning? Okay, Marcia?
Me too. Me too.
This is a Kimberbell Christmas quilt I had done a year or so ago.
I'm going to have you come and help hold this, Lisa. And then I can hold the microphone. It's a Kimberbell Christmas quilt.
Yeah,
And this was a panel.
got all my fabric from Ann, so
That is beautiful.
yeah.
Turn, yep, if we can turn and spin so the sides of the room can see. And I think we might be out of that panel now. But that was on a Kimberbell Maywood panel.
My
But-
daughter used the same panel and she made a rag quilt.
Ooh.
out of it.
And if it didn't come through for those online, Marcia said her daughter used the same panel but did it as a rag quilt. So, yep, it was a panel.
Special pattern.
It was a Kimberbell.
Make that up.
Looks like
Yeah.
made it up.
It had the pattern.
No,
Or-
she had the panel.
Oh,
on
she
it.
had the pattern.
Yeah, yeah, the panel came on a bolt.
And then did you use a special pattern with the panel or did you just make it up?
Just did it.
Just did it?
That's what we like.
That's the best answer. Thank you, Marcia. Gorgeous. And see, I'm loving this because we threw out those couple little Christmas and Julys, and now we're getting a lot of Christmas, so it's all tying together. Did you have one this morning? No? Okay. Let's see what Linda has, and this looks like this might be another for Lisa to help hold up. You have the vertical height that I don't. Oh, a minky back. Oh,
And I used the, what do you call it, color tiles, blue tiles.
oh, the clear blue tiles.
To the outside quilting.
So that was the Kimberbell clear blue tiles, and then let's turn also towards the window and door so that the rest of the room can see.
That's pretty. I like your color. So were those
Yeah.
Yep. So they're fabric strips that she sewed together, and then she used Kimberbell clear blue tiles to do her border and quilt that in the hoop and minky backed and
Yes.
just ready to get bound and loved. That's beautiful, Linda. Thank you. I'm sorry, Darlene, you're in the line of the air because we've got people on the other side who are warm. I think you're next, Lisa. Yes.
I'll give it back.
So this is my first attempt at a rag quilt. My daughter's best friend in California is having a baby and we're going out.
So this is a
So
first
this
rag
is
quilt
my first
attempt. Oh, is that beautiful? And spin around so those behind you can see too. That is awesome. Oh, very nice. And you know what? We haven't been getting the tickets to the entries or the extra entries for the show and tell people. So if you can, yep, the show and tell people, it'd be awesome. We'll get those who.
This was a take on Darlene's, where you do the little squares. and she
The
had
centerpiece runner
yeah,
pattern that
and
we
she
did.
had the bright fabric. I don't have bright, but
Yep, purple.
I have purple.
And Linda has purple, but that piecing is beautiful.
Yeah.
And you know what?
And
That-
then you just, so it was economical because I was able to just buy yardage and get both out of it.
And actually, Corrine purchased the same because I told her that you were working on it. She liked the lemons and
Yellow.
Darlene finished it, but yellow.
Yeah.
For the binder.
So
but that turned out, yeah, let's put that one under here. I'm gonna add on. Yeah, because the piecing is so tiny on that it
yeah.
the overhead will let it shine. That turned out beautiful. Thank
And
you.
I rearranged my squares.
Here's the little guy.
Oh,
These were cut an inch.
Yeah, there's a lot of tiny piecing in the middle of that runner pattern. Darla, did you have one this morning? Thank you.
Oh, I like these
Yeah.
colors. Yeah, I like these colors.
That reminds me of my high school colors. I love it.
I love that.
I did
Wow.
the blocks in the hoop. The blocks.
So she
Yeah.
said she did her blocks in the hoop.
And then I did the quilting on my M17 in the hoop.
And then quilted it as well, all in the hoop. That is beautiful.
Oh, the back is beautiful.
Oh, I love
That
That's great.
I love the flowers too. They're gorgeous. Thank you, Darla. That is beautiful. And then I think we'll just snake around here to Bonnie and then work our way back to the side of the next table.
Well, you've seen this before. I thought taking Darlene's class.
Yep, if we can come over this way for the view of the camera.
Started again, but it's something I finished.
That is beautiful. So that is the Patriotic Exploding Mini Heart.
Yes.
And that was a class that Darlene led. And so Bonnie got it done. Woo! Beautiful. Very nice. And yeah. Linda. So Linda just got back from, and I'm going to have you switch sides with me just for the where the camera is.
Okay.
How many miles?
10 weeks. We were almost 12,000 miles. We visited 10 national parks. So I obviously haven't been sewing, but I got back Monday. I came to class on Wednesday, and I'm here on Friday. So I've accomplished a lot.
Yes, you have, including a patriotic
Including
casserole.
A patriotic casserole holder. Yes.
Yes. It's awesome. Thank you. And ready for the 4th. Okay, Karen's making her way up. And again, I'm going to have you, when you guys come up for your turns, if we can stay on this side of the table just for the view of the folks at home. So we're going to have you switch me and yep. There we go.
Unfortunately, I didn't get a sewing project done, but I got a pair of socks knitted.
Wow.
And
You didn't need those this week, though, did
no,
you?
I didn't. And I crocheted a purse.
Oh, wow.
And I brought this just because it was so cool. My girlfriend gave this to me for my birthday, and it's a candle. And it says, "Smells like Karen's sewing again. Infused with the warmth of a needle and thread, your creativity has no limits."
That is a really fun label.
But I got
Smells like
for my-
Karen's sewing.
I just thought it was cool.
Yeah. If we can put the socks and purse under the overhead, and
Okay.
it just gives the folks joining us from home a little better view. And they can see the detail.
Is that okay there, or is it
Yeah.
too high?
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
Nope. She can adjust it. Yep.
All right.
And there's that. Perfect. That's beautiful. We'll do a clap and Diane, did you have one this morning? Okay. Nope. Okay. We're back to Madge. Okay. Glenn and Karen. See what you guys have been working on.
I did. Not just me, because I was.
Oh, look how cute. This is your fabric. Yes, it is.
Fabrics from here.
The pattern is Funky Friends.
She actually did more, but some of it got taken away already down to Virginia.
Wow.
So
Tennessee to my
she,
son.
she
Yeah.
had a lot of projects, but this is about the only thing that didn't go away. We made so many.
We
of
made
them.
so many. But you know what? That's a nice, manageable size.
Yeah.
And, you know, like having a little gal with us
Yep.
this morning and she's reacting. I mean, that's perfect for kids. She's loving She is.
They have to lay it down.
Yep. Is that- Oh, yeah, there you go. That way. And we've got the felt for the giraffe's mane.
That would mean I would be here too.
Aww. So sweet. Thank you. And then Karen, if you want to wait, just give you your tickets. Thank you. Those are awesome, guys. And thank you for sharing that friend with our little friend who's here with us this morning. That is. Okay, and then we have Karen W. Yep.
How many Karens are here? We were.
So, okay, let's see. The question was how many Karens are here? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Karens?
Huh, that's very unusual.
Yes.
I just have a few pot holders that I don't really use as pot holders. I have them hanging in my kitchen. These are my kitchen colors.
They're beautiful. And they have the
Yeah.
coffee cups and the
Yes, my whole kitchen is coffee,
Themed.
whatever. Yeah, coffee.
and then we'll set these ones down too for Ann to get on the overhead. And they can see that. And I love the way that which you might not be able to see from where you were seated, but on her coffee cup, she just quoted a little echo line around the shapes of the cups and very nice. Thank you. Now, did you do that recently or no? Because you've been laid up with your.
No, these are older. Haven't been. I'm just starting to get back. I can cut now.
All
with
right.
This arm. So
Good. You're well on the right track. I'm glad you brought those to share. And do you have something to share this morning? Okay. It's always exciting to see when people bring their bags. It's like, what's in it?
So it's that. I bought it here.
The Let Freedom Ring.
This was my very first project on my sewing machine, and I know Ann and you had given me pointers. So I had got
Oh,
a new
wow.
machine, and I didn't know how to do any of this stuff. So last summer for months I was working.
On the Let Freedom Ring. And
So anyway, that's mine.
that is gorgeous.
And then
Love your colors too on it.
I finished this last night. My
This is a little dress.
my 3-year-old granddaughter's coming from California on Tuesday for a week.
Oh, and then if you can turn too so that they can see it over there.
So
Oh,
I'm so excited for her to come, and I made it for the 4th of July stuff.
that is beautiful.
That's what I got.
Good job. You should be proud. It's always fun when you kind of get past that initial, I don't know what I'm doing, and you kind of get over that little hump of intimidation and let the creativity soar. And Donna, did you have one this morning?
I have a baby quilt I just made.
Oh, it's a baby quilt. Oh, I love it.
And this is
Oh, wow.
Oh, and that's a great size. That is gorgeous. The question was, Donna, do we know what the baby is going to be?
The baby's already born, yes. It's a girl, but they didn't know ahead of time, so they did most of their like
As
greens and
neutrals, yep.
blues. You know, they used every color, so I thought that would be.
That's perfect. And I remember when you picked out all of your fabrics and
Well, this is the
that came
second
together.
one I made.
Is it really?
With
Wow.
those fabrics, so I kind of made it very similar to one I
I love
already
it.
made. So
Oh, that's perfect. Gorgeous. Okay, I think that may conclude our show, or I need to sew and tell. Question, Marcia?
You girls, if you want to see a pretty quilt,
Oh.
sisters,
it actually
mystery quilt for $8.25.
It is. And the comment for those who might not have heard was, if you want to see a really pretty quote, you should see the Hoop Sisters 2025 mystery quote. They've been working on that through June, and just at the end of it, now, in fact, we took the slide out of the slideshow because it's kind of the program's concluding. But if you want to purchase it, that's available through our affiliate link by going to superstitch.com and then Hoop Sisters button. And it's a really beautiful. And I've been having fun. There's a group on Hoop for Hoop Sisters. It's Quilting the Hoop VIPs. That's on Facebook, and people from all over are posting pictures of their progress on the mystery quilt, and the various color combinations have been really fun to follow and watch.
Is anybody doing that? Are you
Yep, Marcia's doing it, Linda's doing it. Anybody else? Penny's doing it. So we have a few people working through that Hoop Sister mystery quilt. But it's absolutely gorgeous. And I don't want to give away the mystery of it, but it is beautiful. And I've been thinking about Linda's fabric colors because she brought in all of her various little fat quarters and whatever, and we were looking for some greens to go with it. And I've been wondering how that looks. So we'll have to bring it one of these months. Well, you have time. You have time. We're not here until September. Okay, and then we do have one more show and tell. So this is from Corrine. This is her phone, and we'll put it under. But this is another 4th of July dress. And I'm kind of walking around that she made for her. It's your granddaughter, correct? Yep, for her little granddaughter. And there's fireworks. We'll put it under the camera, but she embroidered the fireworks. Can you guys see it back there? So that is her show and tell.
It's one of the built-ins on the Janome.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the firework design is a built-in on the CM17, the Janome CM17. So can you see it? Everybody back there?
You picked out the colors.
And yep, and she let her pick out the colors, and I will put this, turn that, I don't know if we can get the overhead. I'll cover the name.
Yeah, it's like $8. It's free. So,
Got it? Okay. Thank you. Yay.
See, I did do
That, you did do something, right? Exactly. So she is in the process of packing up her house and moving out of state. So we don't have, yeah, today. Yep. So, yeah. The question is, you're moving today? Yeah.
to Florida.
She's going to Florida. Yep. Yeah, to live closer to you. That's right. So we're glad that you were able to carve out a little bit of time this morning to come in. So we all love you and we're gonna miss you. Yeah. Right. She will, and you know what? She can still join us every Friday once we get back into it in September because we have the benefit of the login, the live. So. Okay, is there anything else that anybody wants to show, tell, share, questions on anything? Yes, Darlene.
And my oldest son's last day in the military is Monday after 33 years.
Oh, that is amazing.
And so we went down to Little Rock for the ceremony, and so I was one proud mother.
Yes.
And he was deployed 8 times, and he shared with me things that I'm glad I did not know at that time.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So his last official day is Monday.
It's Monday.
So I'm
Wow.
glad now, especially what's going on over there now.
Yes. Well, from all of us, on behalf of all of us here, thank him for his service. Yep. Okay. Anything else, or are we all set? All right. Well, we thank everybody for joining us, both in person and online. And again, that was so much information to share, but with the 4th of July being next Friday and rolling into Shop Hop season, we will be back at it with the social next time on Friday, September the 12th. Meanwhile, we'll be seeing all of you both here and joining us from afar many times between now and then. Oh, the door prizes.
Sorry, she wouldn't have let you.
She wouldn't have let me forget. The door prizes, yes. So what we're going to do for door prizes is we have 2 little notebooks. They're just a great little pocket size. They have the red, white, and blue themed quilt piecing on them. They're really fun. One for in store and one for our viewer from home. So again, those at home, last chance, key in the keyword summer in the comments from where you're streaming from to be entered to win one of these notebooks. And then we have a bonus door prize as well for in-store. Darlene has made and donated one of these wonderful fabric basket bags, which are fantastic and perfect for your 4th of July festivities. So we'll be drawing that as well. So do we want to do the online generator first? So the first one is for our online guest with the keyword summer, and it's going to, we have 16 entries and it's running that, and we'll see who it, oh, wait, got to get the mouse up there. So for some reason, when we want to move the mouse to the big screen on the wall, there's a little lag sometimes. And so there it is. Okay.
How come Super Stitch is in there?
Somebody.
Oh, Cindy Smith. Congratulations, Cindy. Cindy, if you could please send an email to ann@superstitch.com, and that's ANN@superstitch.com, with an address of where we can send your prize to. We'll get that out in the mail.
What's funny is she commented, why is everybody writing summer?
Why is everybody? That is awesome.
She wins.
And she's the win. And that is why we write summer or whatever the keyword is each month. Cindy, again, congratulations. So that's for our online winner. And then in store, we're going to have our special friend come up here. Come on. Don't need to be shy. Bring Giraffe with you. Okay, let's go ahead and reach in, and I want you to pull one of those tickets out. And this will be for the other notebook. So everybody in store, if you can look at your tickets, we're looking for 775193. And that is Darla. Congratulations, Darla. And then do you want to help me pull one more? And this is going to be for the patriotic bag that Darlene made. Okay, let's see. We pick a good one. We have 775186. And that's Karen Washburn. Congratulations. Okay, is there anything else that I am forgetting to do before we conclude?
Stuff from OESD when I was here.
We'll get that as soon as we sign offline.
Is it here?
Yep, yep, yep. Okay, well, thank you, everybody, again. I'll be logged off.